What's up, everybody? It's your favorite, please let me look at any more Snarl's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at ToyWorld Snarl, I don't know, Roar, I think was his name, also on loan to me from Joe KW, so I want to make sure I shout that dude out. Big Bad Toy Store doesn't send me anything, but the good people certainly do, and I'm good with that. If you want the backstory to how that happened, check out the Sludge review, and I go into a little bit more information about it there. This guy, I've looked at briefly already, but like I said in the G Creations review, this guy has like and it's also true with Sludge, with their Sludge. This guy has like a cartoon charm about him in this mode. I have to admit, there's some things here, like the way that the foot angles down, like proportionately, it's throwing me for a loop. But outside of that, it's pretty good. So it comes with this accessory. If I can. Goodness gracious, that's tight. Same type of design aesthetic cues from the Sludge, and like the Sludge, I don't particularly care for this either. And that design there seems really lazy. 3 circles. Tell Joe put 3 circles on each side, should be good. And then this translucent bit here, I'm just not crazy about it. There is a place for it to plug in, and then the sword plugs in here to the back, which once again is a clever way to utilize that accessory in alt mode. The articulation, the jaw opens up to an extreme angle and closes all the way. Head looks up and down, no left or right. So I must say that Gigapower's head is still the best articulated third-party Snarl head I've seen thus far. All of these fins are on ball joints, even except for this. Nope, they're even all the way down to the last one. They're on ball joints, but the tolerance is smooth as silk. Even with the chrome on there, there's no issues. Like unlike the G Creations one, which seemed to be a little problematic. These all look really good, and they feel really good. And I must say that's a nice added bonus, and it gives you a good peace of mind. So cheers to them for that, for sure. The tail hinges here, and it's on like a weird kind of like a swivel almost, but you get this much with it, which will kind of do. And then the arms, the front legs go out to there, and then you got the double hinge, so you can cheat if you want and bring it even further out, and then they swivel here where the connection is. Bicep swivel, once again, the chrome against chrome, toleranced really well, must admit. And foot tilt, no rocker. So that's a bit of a bummer, but what are you going to do? Same on the other side. Back legs, same sort of double hinge kind of a thing, so you can get out to there. It throws the aesthetic off a little bit, but it's not hateful, not by any stretch of the imagination. Same bicep swivel, or thigh swivel, depending on how you look at it, and then we ratchet back that way, nothing forward, and toe tilt, no rocker. Nice paint, green, keeping with the aesthetic of that fella, with keeping the theme of the green, red, and blue going. It continues through, and then the light piping is up here, and outside of that, nothing really exciting to report. I will say that the articulation of the tail is supposed to be down here to cover up these pegs, but it doesn't look hateful when you go to articulate it. It doesn't really look bad at all. So, yeah, all in all, very nice kind of cartoon feeling Snarl. Now I'm not going to be able to get the mouth open. There. Must admit. So let's give this a go. Split the head, I believe. Alright. Close the jaws. Wrap that around. And then, ooh, easy there, heavy hands. And fold these down. And open this flap up, turn this around, fold that in. Get that double hinge to lay flush, and then position the ankle, or the knee rather, so that it lines up, and close that up. And then same on the other side. Once again, I gotta say, pretty cool stuff going on with the engineering of the legs. Like it's complicated enough to feel, you know, mature, but still fairly intuitive enough and easy enough to be fun. Flap down the heads, which this they kind of threw out the ball game there when they just decided to go with that idea, but whatever. All right, let's see here. Okay, open this up. That frees up the sword. We can look at that real quick while we're here. Translucent plastic, cool design, but nothing really special about it. Not my favorite kind of way to go about it, but it does look fairly good. And then rotate this so that you can get the clearance to rotate these pieces up like that. And then, let's see here, then you bring down these and plug in. I think that's how it goes in here. Maybe you need to, yeah, you need to spin that. Okay, because that's the tab that you need right there to go into the backpack here, which keeps everything stable. And then these come down, and you can kind of play with those later on to kind of get the look that you want. And let's raise the camera up a little bit. Alright, let's get the head out. Open that up. Fold the head out. Close that. Put these in the position that you want them. You do have some options. But I think that generally you're going to want the hinge to go up and then out a little bit to kind of have some like, you know, pump you up. Oh, and these do push up. That's really cool. I like little unique things like that. Alright, and then open those. What do we got here? Gotta get this hand out, and it's eating me alive. If I had a flathead screwdriver, that would be optimal, but I don't think I do. Let me see this. Actually, now I got the fingers bent up in there, so there. Now let's see if I can. There it is. Got her. Got him. And there you are. Oh boy. So this is just like, look, aesthetics wise, this is not, I can tell you right off the top, it's not my favorite design in the world, but yeah, it's still worth taking a look at. I don't see a way for these to lock in place. Now, I don't have any instructions or anything, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think I am. And I'm finding that kind of annoying already. But let's talk about this figure, though. So the head is on a ball joint. This flap that it's on that rotates doesn't really seem to want to stay put. So when you go to move the head around, the whole kind of flap goes with it. Oftentimes, at least I've found, just in my limited experience. I'm not crazy about the face sculpt either. I don't know. Something seems, maybe the eyes are too big. I think that's exactly what it is. So I'm not crazy about that. It does have some light piping in there if that's your thing. Like I said, these are annoying me because they won't stay in place. Black paint there, silver paint there. Could have used something up in there. This whole kind of general area looks very weird to me. Just bizarre. Just, I don't know. I mean, I see what they're going for shape-wise, but I'm not sure if it's entirely successful. Shoulders, you get a soft ratcheted swivel at the base of the shoulder, and then you get the same double hinge we talked about, same bicep swivel we talked about, same ratchet elbow we talked about, no wrist swivel. Fingers are on one pin, just like Sludge. Same on the other side. You got a translucent piece of plastic here that I would guess hinges out, but I am having I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna mess with it, but I would guess it comes out somehow. I don't know. Waist swivel, and that's fairly good to go, even given the amount of stuff on his back, which we'll get to. Pelvis, good paint application there. Ooh, soft ratchets for the out on the ratchet here, and then nothing. And then it kind of feels like it wants to be ratcheted when you get towards the top here, but down at the bottom it's not. Range of motion is good and the tolerance is good, so it's not an issue, but it definitely seems like they improve with Sludge. And then the same swivel right above the knee, ratcheted knee, get you 90 degrees at least. Foot, you get more of the foot here as a base, so this might help. We'll take a look. But you get the rocker and just no real tilt at all. No real tilt. But you get the rocker, and the rocker's more important in my opinion anyway, especially for robots. Action figures, you kind of need both, but the robot figures, the rocker is much more important. Same on the other side, and we'll take a look at the back. Kind of a lot going on, admittedly. You know, there's a, it'd be nice if this was more mainlined. It'd also be nice if that stayed where I wanted it. But yeah, not terrible, but definitely not my favorite Snarl I've looked at. There he is with a Voyager, a Deluxe, and a Masterpiece car, because reasons. As a side note, real quick, he does hold his weapons extremely well, just like Sludge. And I don't know. Sometimes I think variety and scale just helps, but sometimes from reading the comments, I can just never quite tell what's going to irritate someone.
Oh my gosh, why would she ever think that putting a Masterpiece figure next to Snarl from ToyWorld would be a good idea? It's obvious for the chug self. I think I'll write him a message. Dear Mr. Skullface, you are a big idiot. And then he's gonna be so super mad when he sees this. I wish I could see his face.
Final thoughts wise is very similar to Sludge in a lot of ways. The robot mode just fails a little bit more than Sludge's robot mode, and the dinosaur mode succeeds a little bit more than Sludge's dinosaur mode. So it's once again, it's not hateful, and with the dinosaur mode it still kind of works fairly well. And I think that if you're, like I said before, if you're going for that animated cartoon Dinobot look for your chug shelf, I think in dinosaur mode they'll work just fine. The problem with this guy is really the torso. It just doesn't translate as well as Sludge's does. It's odd, it's awkward, it's cumbersome, and it doesn't resemble like the proper torso anatomy enough for my taste. And I'm not crazy about the head sculpt either, so this is definitely not the mode that I would keep him in if I had him in my collection. On the positives, like I said, I really like this Stegosaurus mode. I think that the tolerances were really well thought out, so cheers to them for that. That might be the best chrome tolerance I've ever seen on a transforming toy ever. It's smooth as mama's buttermilk. That sounds way more disgusting than I initially intended. But it is smooth, and it does work, and I do like it. Also, once again, I love the transformation of the legs. I kind of like the transformation overall. I'm just not crazy about how it all ends up. And I can tell you that the ankle rockers with the wider piece of plastic at the bottom is definitely a better choice. He's much more stable in almost every position you could possibly put him in. I didn't have any problems posing him for photos or whatever. So I think that that was also well done. So I think that in all, if you're going for that animated chug look, once again, this might be decent to go. And it's pretty much my exact sentiments for Sludge. Except here, I like him less in robot mode, and I like him slightly more in dinosaur mode. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.